Hello, my beautiful witches. Welcome to Successful Witches, a podcast for indie romance lovers and writers where we are absolutely obsessed with spice, smut, and happily ever afters. I have a beautiful three-way for you this evening that we are recording. We have our gorgeous Nicole fucking Middleton, and we have the beautiful Lazz of Walnut Wednesday joining us here on Successful Witches After Dark for a very special episode where we're actually getting to talk about my book this evening. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a back seat here for a moment and let our beautiful Nicole and Lazz dive on in, and maybe shall we set the scene of the Queen's Temptation that is about to come out on June the 4th, that we are going to basically just swoon and rave about for this episode. I feel very lucky that I've got two of you here to swoon with me over Nile and Ruby.
I'm so excited to talk about this book. I almost shouted because I was like, it needs its own episode. We can't just do 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It needs its own episode. And Ellie Rose was saying, hey, we're just going to give them a teaser because it hasn't come out yet. So we can't do the whole thing. And I'm just like at the edge of my seat going, we need to talk about the whole thing.
Yeah, I know. I'll have to do a repeat. We'll have to do a repeat episode once it's out.
We'll do a repeat when it's out and we can have everyone screaming about it.
Yeah, I need like full book club, like the whole room, everyone just gushing, because like where does one start? Swoon. How do we begin? Nicolici.
Okay, so I think I'm just gonna go right in the middle. One of the things that I love about this book is a personal interest of mine, because it's got this animalistic kind of love to it, which I'm just like, oh, it's so good. And I've got a couple of quotes here.
She came prepared with quotes. Oh,
I did.
This is a total surprise.
Wait, I didn't bring a cold flannel.
It's just I just want to highlight the beauty of this writing because it's absolutely incredible. And it's one of my favorite thing when we just bring in these elements so subtly, but you've got the vibe going. So it says, Niall took his time strolling up the staircase, slow, predatory, his hands loosely in his pockets, heated eyes locked firmly on his prize up ahead of him. It would only take him a second to portal to her if he wanted to. He could easily snatch her and crowd her into the shadows, devour her within a blink of an eye. But for now, he wanted to savor drinking in every last drop of her beauty, like a man parched, lost in the desert. Those words.
Sorry, let me just wipe my drool from my mouth.
Just wipe the drool. Oh my God. Like, exactly. He could just portal to her, but he's just watching her ascend those stairs like a man lost in the desert. I'm like, Rose, Ellie Rose.
Well, yeah, and I think with the writing, it's like, I feel like Elliott Rose really sets the scene even from the first like sentence when where the scene is set in the little tavern, you know, like you really feel like you're there and amongst it. Yeah.
I think that's the word that I love about this writing, is the intensity is always there. I mean, even if we're going back into a little bit of the last book, that book drove me insane because it was a slow burn. So I'm really happy with this book that it was like an in-between burn. We've got like lots of little tasters, and then it was like a burn until we got a little bit more of them. But I was just, at least I had a taster in the tavern.
Spoiler alert, listeners, Nicole does not handle slow burns, and I may or may not have completely tortured her throughout the entirety of In Darkness Waits Desire. So thank you, Noah.
That was torture.
And I think very much a witch who knows what he wants.
Yeah. Both of them.
Yeah, exactly. I think the taster for me as well, the best thing about that is that even though that they didn't get there quite quickly enough for me, they still spoke about it in this beautiful dirty talk. We were very, very clear with our words of what they wanted to do to each other, or what Niall wanted to do to Ruby. And that for me is just like that sprinkle of desire through the whole thing until we get to the moment. And I'm like, yes, I love it. So I think that moment in the beginning with the tavern, that intensity between them, it was just so beautiful, where he's like sitting in the shadows watching her at the bar, and that moment between them when they're just having a normal conversation, but you can feel like you're like a third wheel watching them. You're like, holy shit, this is fire.
You're at the bar like
Yeah. You're the bartender.
I'm like, do you want a threesome? Because I'd like to join.
Yeah, you guys want some more wine over here?
Yeah, like, how you doing? Can I get involved? But it's beautiful. So just that interaction and going from there, that intensity is spot on for me. Yeah. Absolutely magnetic.
I agree with that, Nicolette, and I also think, like, for me, I really resonated with both characters. Like, yes. I don't know why. This is actually one of my favorite books thus far of the series, purely because of that, like, connection that I have with, like, Niall's gifts. Yes. And then Ruby is basically everything I want to be in a woman. She's just so uber cool. Like, ridiculously cool and confident. And then I love how, like, she thinks in her brain, because, like, the self-talk that Elliott Rose gives us is like, oh my God, that's what I'd be thinking too. Yeah,
exactly. It's so brilliant. I mean, I just love, like you said as well, like, she's such a strong character, but there is a little bit of doubt there sometimes as well. Like, should I actually do this? Oh my God, did I just ask him to do this thing that I asked? Like, did I really do that? Holy shit. Like, everybody stay calm. I just asked him to do the thing. Holy fuck.
And then she's like, but I liked that I asked that. Yeah. Like, she's got that, like, chat with herself.
It's like this bravado that comes out, and she's like, holy shit, did I just do that? Oh my God, I just did that. Yeah.
Well, girlfriends, like, what the fuck have I got to lose, mate? Like,
yeah. Exactly.
I've just been shoved into this role of becoming queen.
Right.
And what the fuck have I got to lose?
100%. And I love that there's this, obviously, this main story happening where she's just been crowned queen, and we love that. And she's like, well, I'm going to get every last drop that I need before this all happens, which we're all rooting for Niall. So that's beautiful. But I love the way, Elliott Rose, the way you write and interconnect this weaving story behind the scenes as well, about the darkness, like, emanating below. So, like, you've got the right up front, you've got the beautiful characters, and it's so front and center, but we've got this undercurrent of what's going on behind the scenes and everything. And I mean, that fight scene in I can't remember where it was, but it was just, again, the word I have is intense. I felt like I was there at the fight scene, and I was like, what just happened? This is so cool. I love it. It's absolutely perfect. I'm trying to see what else I've got screenshotted here, but
all of mine are basically just like, what are you doing to me? I need to go to sleep. Yeah. could not stop turning the page, my electronical page.
I just I single-handedly destroyed your sleep schedule, didn't I, Lazz, for a while there?
This little grandma had many a late night not being able to stop.
Yeah, it's just like, I've got so many screenshots from this book. It's almost like I had to just screenshot everything again. I just get carried away, and then I'm just screenshotting everything, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this was brilliant. Oh, just like this, like, just the little small moments like this. Like, what I love, Rose and I have spoken about a couple of these things as well in other books, but it happens in her books as well. So I'm just going to speak you up a little bit. So just hold the phone. But we often speak about giving the author a little bit more power in reading. We don't have to spell everything out in the book, and we give them this a little bit of a we write a little bit, and then there's a little bit of imagination that we give that power to the readers so they can figure it out a little bit more. And Rose says she's describing what Ruby looks like, and then her line is, beauty like hers could never be adequately described. We just get to imagine what she looks like, because we've got our own brains. We know what beauty is, but you don't have to describe what she looks like. You can she just says it can never be adequately described. And I was just like, now that's beautiful. Like, wow. That so
isn't she just everything that you want to be in a person? Like, doesn't that make you want to be like exactly like that?
Yeah, exactly. And then she goes on to describe her a little bit, but she says, candlelight caressed her bronze skin and he almost forgot to exhale. Fuck, remarkable doesn't even begin to do her justice. I'm like, she's so fucking beautiful.
Boy's obsessed from like
that's just such epic writing. So I'm just in awe of Elliott Rose's writing, and I scream at her all the time. And this book is it is in my heart and soul. I love it absolutely. And what you say about the characters as well. I think it's a great thing to have the two main characters there, and then also building characters on the sidelines. So even just with Rowan on the side,
we know where this is going.
I don't know if we can go here, guys, honestly.
It's gonna be like fist fight over Rowan, like at some point over the next couple of months.
When is Rowan coming?
At the time that we're recording this, all the arcs have been out and people are reading and have been giving all their early reader feedback. And yeah, sneaky old Rowan with his big dick energy swinging on in there. And he actually was not supposed to have anywhere near as much page time as he ended up having, because he basically just muscled in and was like, I'm not going to say shit like at all, but I'm going to be here and I'm going to like steal a few hearts while I'm on my way out the door.
Right. And isn't he, because he's not even the next book, isn't he like the next book?
He's the one after. So
give me Niall any day, but Rowan, I can't wait for Rowan. There's something about him that I'm like, holy shit. I can't wait for Rowan. I don't know if it's the tattoos or just the mysterious darkness about him, the fact that he doesn't say very much, but when he does say something, it's like,
well, he's the counterbalance to Niall, right? Like we get to enjoy Niall in all his cheeky, roguish, very
naughty,
adept with his words.
Oh, he is adept.
And then
I don't have those screenshots, but I must have just been like in a puddle, like reading, like too much of a puddle to like screenshots.
And then we've got Rowan, who is like says nothing, but like
a brilliant one-liner.
Exudes something that you're just like, ooh.
Yeah. I'm really excited for everybody to read about Niall and Ruby, though, because I think if anyone needs to take a lesson about dirty talk, it's from this book. Like, if you need a manual or like a training manual, just get this book and hand it over to hubby and your partner or your boyfriend or your plaything, whoever it is, just hand it over and say, read this and learn.
Oh my gosh, but not even the talking. I remember one of my favorite, like most memorable scenes, which I will not try to give too much detail about, but that is pushing on the edge of being exposed to the people.
Okay, which one? Tell me, because I think I've got mine. Which one is it?
I don't know if I can say.
You can say where the setting is.
Where was it?
It was on a staircase.
It's my one. In the library? Was it in the library?
Yeah, it was in the library. It might have been in the library. And it was on the staircase. Whoa. And then chapter end and you're like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Hello? Am I okay?
And he
Am I
was
in my
like,
body?
you wanted that. She was like, what is happening? I don't know if he was like, yeah, you wanted this. You knew it was happening and you wanted it. And she was like, damn straight, I wanted it.
There was little to no dirty talk in that. It was all just a lot of feeling.
That was just action.
Yeah. There was a lot going on.
Wait,
I
just
mean,
pause
wow.
while I
Well, on
Yeah.
that delicious teaser note, is that I think that's our time, isn't it?
It's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be, because I don't think I can speak anymore in that book, honestly. Before giving anything away, without giving anything away, it's like you're just gonna have to go read it.
Niall and Ruby have officially rendered everybody speechless in a
Mhm.
puddle.
Although I
Our
will
favourite-
say, I want the listeners to go away, read the book, and then come back to us with what your
Yes.
favorite scene is, because Laura and I agree that that scene was our favorite. Now, there's not only that scene, there are a lot of scenes that could make the top 5. So we
Yeah,
want
we
to
should
know
make
from
a
you
list. We
which
should do a-
one is the top. We feel it's the library. I don't know. We obviously like the same things, Lazza.
Not shocked, but yeah.
Not shocked, no. But yeah, so listeners, tell us which scene you like the best, because
Yes.
we're gonna have to see. Maybe we should start
Yeah.
a poll or something. I don't know.
Mhm.
I love it. I love it.
Mm.
Thank you, ladies. You are the best.
Thank
You're the best.
Thank
You're the
you for
best
writing this
fucking hype
magic.
Squad. Like, honestly, best fucking book hype squad. Could not do it without you. I love you both. And go get your copy of The Queen's Temptation, out June 4th.
June 4th. June 4th.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.